Hi, Greg here with Ideal Capital. Welcome to another edition of Answering the Whys on Wednesdays. The why this Wednesday is, why should you embrace change? You should embrace change because if you don't, you can become obsolete, and at the bare minimum, you can lose a competitive edge. Let me give you an example from our industry, which is real estate. I was reading an article today that's talking about electronic vehicles or electric vehicles. I'm sure you've heard about EVs. They're starting to really gain momentum, no pun intended. And I was reading an article about how Nissan has already pre-sold 13,000 Leaf vehicles. There's also a Volt vehicle, and there's another vehicle that's gaining popularity from Smart Car. Why this is important is because these vehicles are going to be completely electric, and they're going to require charging stations. They're going to do away with gas stations altogether. So for us being in multifamily real estate, if we're not paying attention to a trend like this, we could miss out on an opportunity or be left behind and lose a competitive edge or become obsolete, like I mentioned. How that pans out for us is this could become in the near future a necessary amenity at properties. You've got people who will be using cars that need to be plugged in, and if they're looking at apartment complexes, and some apartment complexes have charging stations versus others that don't, that could be the equivalent of having parking spaces in today's vernacular versus old buildings having hitching posts. So we don't want to be left behind. Matter of fact, I'm looking at a study that was just completed by a research institute that said that it's estimated that by 2015, over 1 million charging stations, both public and private, will be built in the United States, and over almost 5 million worldwide. So we don't want to be left behind because that could affect the way that we run or look at purchasing properties. So what is it that you can do in your business, in your industry, to stay ahead of the curve, to be aware of changes that could affect your bottom line? Because remember this, when change happens faster outside of an organization than it happens inside of an organization, potential problems lay ahead. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you again next week.